I know I'm here. I know it's working. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes me refresh the page just to see my preview. I don't like that. Uh, but whatever. Okay. Hi, I'm Sunny. Let's play some Wingspan. Play custom game. I think we wanted to change the background. Yeah, I really like this one. I've been playing with it for a few times though. Yeah, so we did this one, we did this one, we did this one. Ooh, this looks beautiful. I want to like live there. All right, let's start. What have we got today? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Birds with tucked cards. Okay, that could be a worthy goal to work for. Mexico nests, food and personal supply, and eggs in the wetlands. Okay. Um, yeah, maybe we could work on some of those things. Probably not eggs in the wetlands, because there usually isn't too much opportunity in round one to collect a lot of eggs, no matter what habitat, but food and personal supply, like maybe hoarding food in the second round could work, and then you play a bunch of birds in the third round. Who knows? Okay, what have we got? Okay, we got one potential tuck. That could work. Birds that eat fish. Consecutive birds in the forest with ascending or descending wingspans. Have I done that one recently? Birds that eat fish is the easy one. Of course, I don't have any birds that eat fish. Um, Ascending or descending wingspans. Like, this used to be a hard card, in my opinion. But then when I compare it to the Asia expansion one, where you need ascending or descending scores, but they can't overlap, like, that's much more challenging. Because at least the ascending or descending wingspans, first of all, there's a much greater range of wingspans than there are scores. Scores can be 0 to 9. That's 10 choices. Wingspans is like 8 to like 200, very high, almost 300 as far as I know. So there's a much greater range there, and you can also duplicate. If you have two in a row with 30 centimeters or something, it still counts. If you had all five with 30 centimeters, it could still count. So I do find this card much easier to achieve relative to the one that counts your scores. And I do already have a bunch of forest birds. Actually, 4 of my 5 birds here can live in the forest, so I don't want to take all of them. Let's see, I'm last in line. So whatever's in the wetlands now may not still be there when I get my turn. American redstart is a really good bird to have. But I think I would want a wetland bird to be able to draw more birds. Alright, let's think. I think I would like to have the House Sparrow because it can go for the birds with tucked cards. I think I would like the Hawfinch because it gives me a free grain and I need the grain to discard. Okay. Between these others, Cory Mako, I don't think, because like, alright, I'll probably want to play small wingspan to large wingspan, just because I have a bunch with small wingspans right now. I don't think its power is that helpful early on, and I think it'll be harder to play in the beginning because it costs so much food. Sri Lanka Frogmouth, roll any, and cash one. I like the chipping sparrow. I like that it can give me an egg without even needing to go into the grasslands, like, so I don't necessarily need to play the house sparrow immediately. Excuse me. The cats are fighting. Um, I like the idea of keeping 2 food. If I also take the Sri Lanka frogmouth, I would only be able to take 1 food. So I think I'll just keep these 3 and I'll take a worm and a grain. That way I can play the Hawfinch relatively soon, especially if I get the egg from my chipping sparrow. So I think that's a good way to start. Alright. Yeah, I still wouldn't mind that American redstart. You know, maybe if it's still there when it gets to my turn, maybe it's worth grabbing. I would need to play it first because it's 20 centimeters, so it's smaller than both of these birds. And I really don't like drawing birds on my first turn, especially if I only get 1, or I can spend a nectar to get 2, but I need the nectar, so. But it's a good power to have. It will help with the House Sparrow as well, so it's kind of tempting. We'll see if it's even still there. Yeah, it's still there. I wasn't actually, I assumed someone else would take it. The problem is, since I was planning on playing my chipping sparrow first, I was planning on getting an egg for my chipping sparrow to be able to play the Hawfinch without having to play any grasslands birds. If I play the American redstart, I do need to go into my grassland to lay an egg. So I'm in essence wasting 2 turns. I'm wasting a turn by being only able to draw 1 card now instead of 2. I'm wasting a turn by being only able to lay 1 egg instead of 2. But an extra food and getting me, enough birds for 3 out of 5 toward this goal. I also need to think about the birds with tuck cards. There are a lot of birds in the forest that can tuck cards. But maybe I play 5 forest birds and, still it's early in the game. I can just have a whole bunch of food to play other birds that can tuck cards. Alright, I'm gonna take it. The spoon-billed sandpiper would have been a good pickup too, just to have a bird in my wetlands. I don't like starting the game without any wetlands birds, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I couldn't sacrifice the nectar to draw a second card because I need it for the food. But I really need to make sure that the next bird I draw is a wetland bird. Maybe even... I'm not taking the white-backed woodpecker. I did it once, I'm not doing it again.
American redstart. Redstarts get their name from the Old English word stort, meaning tail.
No, I did not know that. Okay, either of these 2 could work as a wetlands bird. And I should probably take 1 while I can. All players may tuck 1 from their hand under bird. No, I'm not willing to sacrifice any of my birds right now. Oh, thank you for the worm. That's really nice. Yeah, I'll take the graceful Prinia just because it's easier to play and it is also worth more points than the blue grosbeak. Also, I don't intend to use its power. The blue grosbeak, And the graceful perennia, I don't know how often I would use that power either, but I might use it compared to the blue grosbeak, which I doubt I would use. It's a pretty bird though. I think I've seen that one in real life. Like I saw a bird that looked like it and I think I thought it was that. Oh, someone else played the spoon-billed sandpiper, okay. Shoot. I'm really missing an opportunity here, but do I really need all my food? I feel like I kind of do, maybe. I don't know, but there's no guarantee that it's a good bonus card. No. I don't know, maybe that was a bad decision to not do that. Okay, well let's lay an egg so that we can play the chipping sparrow. I would like that white-backed woodpecker, but I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to get it. I could play the graceful perennia before I play the chipping sparrow. Maybe I do that. I mean, the woodpecker's been there for a couple turns, so if no one's taken it yet, maybe they don't want it. Okay, so I'll play the graceful perennia next, and I'll grab the white-backed woodpecker if it's still there. Hooded merganser is not super helpful because there are no other predator birds that I have to play in my wetlands. I guess I won't get a chance to play the House Sparrow before the end of the round, but that's okay because I don't think I would have had enough grain in the supply that I'd be willing to tuck anyway, but I can try and make it a priority to focus on it for the other 3 rounds, because it's kind of a missed opportunity when you have a blue power from the beginning of the game to not activate it all 4 times, but it's kind of a difficult one to have set up. Once again, I don't have any birds to spare. Okay, but at least I get my white-backed woodpecker. That's now 4 birds out of 5. That's not a bad power. Maybe I'll play the black drongo at some point in the game. No, I would rather have the egg. In fact, I spent a whole turn laying the egg. Oh man, the Eurasian tree sparrow. Ooh, do I take that one? That's really good synergy with the house sparrow. Maybe I do take it. And that would be a 5th as well. Because I could play it next. 20, 21, 23, 30, 39. Sure, I mean, sure, why not? I feel like I kind of threw away that round just setting everything up, but hopefully it'll pay off.
Eurasian tree sparrow. A traditional Japanese dance was inspired by the fluttering of the tree sparrow.
Alright, so I definitely want to play the House Sparrow next. And I could play the Black Drongo too. basically I need a bird in my grasslands to make laying eggs worth my while. Let's see, let me see your power. Okay, I could probably get both of them on the board, right? I think I could. Because if I play the black drongo, I don't need to get food again. Versus I can't play the House Sparrow because I don't have a cherry. So. Or do I play the gray-headed mannequin? I don't even know if I'm going to play it, so I won't play it now.
Black drongo. These birds are aggressive toward others in their territory, dive bombing even much larger birds.
There's so many different types of sparrows. I always think when I see it as a chipping sparrow, but then when I actually like look at the picture of it in the wingspan, it's like, oh, its front is like completely white, and the ones I see are usually much more like brown all over. I don't think they're house sparrows or Eurasian tree sparrows because I live in North America, but maybe they're savanna sparrows. Okay, I have no eggs. The white proud tit warbler. It's so pretty. It looks like a fantasy bird, not a reality bird. Okay. Chipping sparrow was next. Okay. Actually, no, I'll lay the egg from the black drongo because its power lays eggs on itself. So I want to make sure. I mean, obviously I have 2 extra egg slots there right now, but I want to.
Chipping sparrow. These sparrows generally feed on open ground, but near trees.
I still want to maximize its number of egg slots. Okay, I've got 3 turns left, so I definitely need to play the House Sparrow. I guess I'm not going to get the food and personal supply because I'm going to use it to tuck for the House Sparrow. So, okay, I don't need any worms. The white-backed woodpecker will take a worm or a cherry, and the hawfinch just takes grain. I will take a nectar to use as the cherry for the House Sparrow, though. I'm not seeing many birds with tucking powers. Like, it's not my main goal, but, I'm trying to, oh wow, think about it for this, round done. Okay, you know what? I will tuck the gray-headed mannequin because I do not intend to play it. And that counts as birds with tucked cards. There we go. Okay. I mean, other players might be taking advantage of that power too. But at least I got something. So I'll play the House Sparrow. Um,
House sparrow. This bird diverged genetically around the time agriculture developed.
it does look very similar to the Eurasian tree sparrow. And again, the chipping sparrow looks similar too. They all have red hats. Alright, so I've got my 5 grain for the House Sparrow. So I think I'll draw birds. So I want to, yeah, see if there's any more birds with tucked cards I can go for. Gotta love cats. And then I want to have birds in my hand to tuck if that other player's power activates again. The white-breasted nuthatch is tempting, but I don't need it between these two. I'm okay. I could have played it because I do have, it is 28 centimeters, and I'm only up to 23. But I think I value these powers more. So, let's see. No, thank you. Okay, you count as a bird with a tucked card. Alright. I don't need a worm. I have a worm that I can use for the white-backed woodpecker, so I'm okay. But yeah, no, that's good. Now I can look for a bird that I can play in my grasslands, and then I can tuck the Montagu's Harrier on top of that. Yeah, so I lost points by getting rid of all my food, but you know, I gained points by tucking cards, which I think is more worth it. Let's see, so I need to play the hawfinch first and then the white-backed woodpecker. Okay. Don't need either of these. I mean, I guess I'll take a rat. I don't know. Like if I want to play something in the grasslands for the Montagu's Harrier, so maybe it would eat a rat, but at the same time, what it's gonna hunt probably. Ooh, the California condor. That's a good one to play under this one because it's, well, it would have been a good one to play under that one because yeah, you get to draw the bonus card and then you know you don't need it anymore, so it's okay to be a tucked card, and it was only worth 1 point. So yeah, I definitely would have taken it if it had still been there, but it was not, so let's just move on with our lives. Okay.
Hawfinch. These birds can be difficult to see because they favor high branches.
They're really cool looking though. I like all the colors. This Eurasian tree sparrow has been paying for itself. Okay, alright, good. I will tuck the common sandpiper, as was my plan. And yeah, because I choose a bird to tuck, it increases the number of birds with tuck cards. It counts for this power. It doesn't need to be a tucking power. So I'm curious if the other bot players are smart enough to also choose a different bird to tuck every time that activates. Okay, I need eggs before I can play the white-backed woodpecker. Let's see. Okay, I will get an extra egg from the black drongo. Yeah, I mean, I'm resetting the tray basically, you know, for myself so I can see more birds in case there's anything good I want. Ash-throated flycatcher. You're another white power, so you activate and then go away. Um, hmm. It's too late in the game to grab the snow bunting. It's one of my favorite birds, but it's really not worth it at this point because it's, uh, there's only one round left for it to really be useful. The ash-throated flycatcher, how many eggs would you get me? 1, 2, 3, Okay, 4 if I play the white-backed woodpecker. I don't like playing this bird on top of another bird that's worth 4 points because it feels like a waste. Like I try to save it for 0, 1, or 2-point birds. Even a 3-point bird, like it's 1 more point than you would have had, but still. Alright, well let's just play the white-backed woodpecker for now and then see what's what. Forgot, I want to be playing the eggs from the black drongo. Two turns left in the round. I think I want to get food and lay eggs. I think that is probably the best use of my turns. I want to get up to 5 grain if I can. I'll take the nectar just to discard it for an extra egg. Yeah. Alright. Awesome. Do I have enough grain, do we think? No, I don't have enough. I need more. I should have tried to take a cherry for this because I don't know, maybe I just tuck this one instead? I haven't found anything good to tuck under. You know what? Fine. I'm tucking you. Yeah, because now I'm getting a guaranteed tuck versus a maybe tuck. I'll take a guaranteed tuck over a maybe tuck. Yeah, if I had a bird in my hand that I was willing to play, then maybe I would have held on to it. But I had the opportunity to tuck it, so I might as well. Okay, so I'll discard my nectar to get an extra egg here. I still don't think I'm gonna win this end of round power, but I can at least have 6 rather than 3. I'll just take all the... It doesn't matter, they're about to be discarded anyway, and the tray reset for the next round, but I need an extra egg, right? Oh my god. I'm not gonna need to gain food at all in next round. Yeah, I've got 10, so that's both rounds for my House Sparrows. That's good, so I can focus on maybe trying to get 1 or 2 more birds that I want to play. And even if I do happen to get 2 more birds, I should only have to gain food once because I'm getting so much food. Oh, I did win this one. That was a nice surprise. Didn't know if 6 would be enough. Okay, the Asian coal could work. The graceful perennia I think is my only stick nest bird. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any other birds in my wetlands. I definitely don't want either of these. I'd like another bird that I can tuck cards under. Alright, I guess I'll do the scissor-tailed flycatcher just because 8 points is a decent number of points. And I will actually... Well, no, I don't need to do that because I get 4, 5, 6. I get 7 food per turn when I gain food, so I don't need to sacrifice an egg just to get more food. And then if that other power from the other player activates again, I can tuck the white-breasted wood swallow. All right. I'll actually take a cherry so that if that power activates, I can cash the cherry. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, I'll just play 3 nectar for the scissor-tailed flycatcher. I'm last place for nectar, or I mean, well, maybe not last, well, I am not in first or second for nectar in my grassland, so hopefully adding another 3 nectar for the scissor-tailed flycatcher will help. Alright, I get to do both this time. Alright, I'll tuck the white-breasted wood swallow. I'll tuck it behind the hawfinch. Now I've got 4 birds with tuck cards. And then I'll cash it on the American redstart because it eats cherries. I don't know. It does not matter. It's a point regardless. Three turns.
Scissor-tailed flycatcher. The mating display of these birds involves aerial acrobatics that show off the long tail.
Got 2 turns left. It's probably best to just lay eggs. So that's 8 eggs. If I spend the food both times, 9, 10. If I'm able to lay eggs for the black drongo as well. Yeah, I'd be missing an opportunity to tuck another card if that other player's power activates. But there's no guarantee that it will because we don't know what action the other player is going to be taking. I've already got, enough grain to tuck to discard for my House Sparrow. So, yeah, I think strategy-wise, I think just laying eggs is the best call. It's boring, but what can you do? I don't want to lay eggs on the black drongo. I mean, I could lay 1 because I'll only be able to activate its power twice, and it has 3 egg slots. I don't need to activate this one. Someone else might need a worm, and I don't want them to have it if I don't need it. Yeah, so I'll discard the 1 worm I have, and then I have enough extra grain. Ooh, Sri Lanka blue magpie. See, if you had been up a minute ago, I would not have taken you because you can only live in the forest, so I would not have been able to play you anyway. But if you had been there a minute ago and you lived in another habitat, then I would have taken you for the 9 points. Yeah, so I can't, yeah, it was the great hornbill was the bird. I can't activate it because I don't have any cards, but that's okay. Sure, I don't need another grain at this point, but why not? One, 2, 3, 4. No, thank you. that's the game. Let's see. Let's see how we did. I achieved my Forest Data Analyst. And I will have been able to tuck all 15 behind the House Sparrow. So that's promising. Once again, I cannot activate the Great Hornbill, but I have no idea how I did on birds with tucked cards in comparison to the other players. I mean, I could have checked by going and looking at their boards, but I don't really do that. I can't change anything, so I don't usually find it worth my time to check the other boards. I mean, especially if there's 4 other players, it's a lot to keep track of. Ah, I won! Yay! So it's okay that I wasn't able to activate the Great Hornbill. You'd think with all the birds that I played in the forest I might have won nectar, but I guess I wasn't really playing nectar with it. That playing with the scissor-tailed flycatcher was enough to get me in the grasslands, though. $36. Okay. 8. Okay. I had an okay number of eggs. 17 isn't the worst. 1 cached food. Yeah, tucked cards, but well, because of all the House Sparrow. 103. Alright, that is not the best score I've ever had in the world, but it was enough to beat all the other players, so I'll take it. Yeah, and I'll pause my recording.